Alright, it's Ray's Repair Zone again. I'm going to speak about a fuel injector. I've got this fuel injector. It's from a 1989 Isuzu Trooper 2.6 liter engine, and basically this one's actually a good one. I was changing the injectors because I'm getting rich. It's running really rich. So anyway, I put new injectors in, new rebuilt injectors, and the damn thing starts leaking. And where it was leaking from is right here, right between the body and I guess the coil. Anyway, it was right in there, and you can just see it seeping. I'll add the video. I don't know whether I'll do it before or after this one. I'll just kind of combine them together. But anyway, you can see when it's under pressure, it's dripping badly. Just, it'll cause a fire, and it's never going to seal up. But I thought, I've never had one of these apart. I don't know what's inside them, if you could even get at them. And I searched on the internet. It doesn't really tell you much. So here's a video of what's in them, maybe. I don't know. Because I'm going to take the one that was leaking, and it was leaking in between here, the body and this electrical connector. That's where the coil is in here. And I'm going to see what's in there. I'm going to bust one open for you. So here's one that was the culprit, the one that's leaking. And what I did was I put it in the vise. You can see I busted this piece off here, and this piece is broke a little bit off here. So what I did was I put it in the vise just a little bit so it's not exactly holding on to the injector. I just wanted to see if this piece could come off, if there's a seal in there or what. And it's quite brittle. I don't think I'll be salvaging this thing now. But I don't know. Well, it doesn't look like there's much for seals or anything in there. Well, I guess I'll go a little further. Now I'm going to knock that apart with a little chisel. Maybe I can get some kind of answers. Okay, so here we go. I'll bust that in here, maybe. That's pretty solid on there. I don't think that'll ever come apart. So if it is leaking in there, I think it's just garbage. I do not know, but we're gonna just keep chipping away here at it. And get a bigger hammer too, might help. Give her a good whack. I don't rebuild these things. I don't know much about them. All I know is I clean them. I could clean them with air and a little bit of 12 volt power to the connector for the coil. But don't leave the battery on it too long, because what'll happen is the coil's gonna get smoking hot, and then I think you might have a problem with it. I don't know if this is gonna come up or not. Looks like there's some kind of thing happening here, but wow. Small thumbs here too. I don't know if these are pressed on or what the heck's going on inside here. I'm always one to try and take things apart and see how they work. Sometimes you gotta bust something apart just to understand how it works. As long as you're not busting something of somebody else's. This is just an old good one, and I'm not gonna. I think what happens when they send them back to get rebuilt, they don't test them for leakage or what, I don't know. There's some kind of a step in that nozzle. So basically the core on this one's shot because they won't. They're sure not going to take that one back. They will, but they'll just throw it in the garbage and not give you the cartridge back. There, that must be. No, it's sealed in there, I think. Maybe somebody out there that's that rebuilds these things can tell me more about it. Because I looked all over the place, I can't find nothing, so I'm gonna rip one apart. Wonder if that's crimped on there now. Looks like it's beveled in, whether it might be crimped, I'm not sure. Yep, it sure looks like it. I'm gonna go further here and get this thing right out. So what I did is I put it in. It's supposed to have been a rebuilt one. I put it in and it leaked. So I wasn't sure what's inside here. Maybe it'll seal up overnight. Who knows what it'll do. But it didn't seal up overnight. Just did the same thing as always. So I just put an old one back in. It's my vehicle anyway, so I got three new ones and one used one, but it works better than this one. Well, it looks like it's all the way around crimped, so boy, it's kind of a pain. I guess sometimes you got to demolish something. There's no repairing going on right now, that's for sure. Okay, we're just about there, I think. I don't know. Close. What's going on here now? Yeah, it's moving now. So I'm thinking what happens is they must have a special jig that they, I don't know how they get these off of here. Because this sure ain't rebuilding. Looks like a pile of junk now. If your coil's no good in here and you put a ohm meter on it, Okay, it's wiggly. You put an ohm meter on it and it's OL or 0. That means it's open. It means it's not going to work. So basically that's shot then. I don't know what they do. We'll see what happens in here. Oh, well, there you go. There's your coil. Well, that's simple. What seals the damn thing? Anyway, here's a coil. It makes a magnetic, well, this way here. Positive and negative, and what happens is the electricity goes around and creates a magnet in here. Electromagnet, basically. And what it does is it'll pull that pintle. There's a spring. Pintle should come out. That's in there pretty good. So what I see in there, there's an O-ring in the very bottom. Sorry I'm out of the picture all the time, but there's an O-ring here in the bottom. And that O-ring, either it wasn't crimped good enough, because this O-ring fits right there on the bottom of that coil. And when this all goes down, then it's crimped in. Then that should push against there and seal up your high pressure fuel. Let's see now if we can get this little tiny spring. What that does is it closes pushes down on your pintle. And this here is the just a cover, a cap for your pintle. And it's an old one. I had it off. I took this cap off the one I replaced into my vehicle and took the new cover off of this one because it was supposed to have been rebuilt. My pintle is I don't know what it is doing. There, it's stuck. I'll try and pull it out with my little hook here. Okay, so how does that work in there now? Does the whole thing come out? Well, try something else here. Guess I am pounding right on the pintle. See, that's crimped in there too. Well, if we can go further. Get some needle nose pliers, see if I can get in there and grab a hold of that. Well, I think that's about as far as I'm going to get because I can't seem to pull that out anymore. So that's the deal anyway. If the injector is leaking, right in here where it's crimped over top and it's seeping past, you might as well take it and throw it in the garbage because it's no good, or return it to where you got it from. Because what happened is it's not crimped far enough down, and it's not sealing the fuel pressure. Kind of a cool little thing here. Anyway, I think that's about as far as we can go with demolishing. Anyway, I hope you learned something. I actually did today because I've never seen nobody take one of these apart. It'll never go back together. The only place it'll go is in the garbage can. All right, that's a fuel injector dissection, I guess. Hope you like it. Another little quick tip: if you want to get your there's a screen right in here of your injector, and what I've been seeing is you put a little screw in the end of your vise, you screw that sucker in there, you don't have to go very far, and then you just wiggle it out and there it is. There's your it looks like a little ferrule, brass ferrule with a little tiny screen. Where's my hand? Oh, way too high. There we go. There's a little tiny screen in there. Kind of cool, I thought. Just another little tip. Okay, I finally got it apart. There's no way of me pulling this pintle up this way through the body because this other end here, it's crimped onto the body. Then what happens is this, that's why I can move it with pliers, but I could pull it so far and I couldn't go any further because this little, I don't know if you want to call it a horseshoe washer or what, goes in that slot right there, and it'll stop it from coming all the way out. And if you look in the bottom of this thing, you could probably see right there, you can see where that horseshoe washer was going back and forth. So basically, I don't think when you get a rebuilt injector, it's actually much rebuilt, because they can't take nothing apart. They probably just clean them and test them and give you new pintle cap, because they can't change this O-ring. And if you look at this O-ring, maybe in the light you can see it's not a shiny spot, it's kind of a wart. It's like right on this side here where my thumb is, and that's where the fuel was leaking. You can tell. It's been there you go. Kind of, you can see a couple little spots on there. So basically, I don't know what you get when you get a rebuilt injector. So anyway, this here goes, this is your pintle, I guess your pintle guide. Your pintle, I broke it, taking it off, and that there should be a little tiny part of that pintle on there that's stuck in the hole. So anyway, that's all into one piece, into a, I don't know what's going on here. It's like a, that's where the fuel's got to go through that hole, through those little holes here, and I guess that's your metered amount whenever it opens and closes quickly. But just by looking at a few things here, Okay, now you see this pintle, I don't know if you'd want to call it the cylinder where the pintle fits. You see that real shiny, I'll try and get it in the light. Man, it's hard to see here. You can see that kind of a line there. It's wore. So I don't know what they rebuild. I don't really think they do rebuild them because there's an O-ring here. Okay, an O-ring that they can't change. The pintle they can't change. This is just your lock. They can't do nothing with this inside, and that's where that O-ring goes. This O-ring goes in the very bottom of it. And it's all crimped. So basically, I don't know what you're getting. I'm gonna have to do some more research on that because there's nothing you can really do with these automotive. Whoa, lost my phone just about. So anyway, you got your primary filter for your, well, it's a very fine filter screen. And your coil, your body. This O-ring goes on the bottom of the coil. If you look on there, you wonder, well, how did they change that? They did not change nothing. Then the spring that pushes the pintle back after your coil releases. So that's all I could tell you. I am not a fuel injection injector rebuilder, so that's all you get. So if it's leaking, chuck her out. Okay guys, hope you liked it, guys and gals.